In today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to edit mapped values inside Make, so you can update, replace, or completely clear the data connections in any module without breaking your entire scenario. Make, formerly known as Integromat, is one of the most powerful no-code automation platforms available, and knowing how to confidently adjust your mappings is one of those foundational skills that unlocks everything else. If this sounds useful, please hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a new tutorial. And with that, let's jump straight in. The first thing you need to do is open the module you want to edit. Inside your scenario canvas, simply click directly on the module, that rounded rectangle representing an app or action in your workflow. When you click it, a settings panel slides open and displays all the configuration for that particular module, including every field where you've previously mapped data from an earlier step. It's worth knowing that Make won't run or change anything just because you opened this panel, so you can explore freely without risk. Nothing is committed until you actually save. Once the panel is open, scroll through it until you locate the specific field holding the mapped value you want to change. Depending on the module, there could be dozens of fields here: subject lines, recipients, message bodies, record IDs, so take a moment to find exactly the right one. Mapped fields are easy to identify because instead of plain text, they display colorful pills, sometimes called data tokens, which represent dynamic values pulled from earlier modules in your scenario. Each pill typically shows the source module's name alongside the specific variable it's pulling, such as a customer's email address or a product ID. Understanding that distinction between hard-coded static text and a live dynamic pill is really the core concept behind mapping in Make. And once it clicks, the whole platform starts to make a lot more sense. Now comes the actual editing, and this is where things get flexible. If you want to adjust a field that mixes static text and data pills, simply click inside the mapping field to place your cursor. You can then type new text anywhere around the existing pills, exactly like editing a sentence in a word processor. The pills and the static text coexist in the same field, which gives you a remarkable amount of control over how your final output is constructed. You could, for example, type hello before a name pill and thanks for your order after it, all in a single field. If you need to remove a specific data token, place your cursor directly after the pill you want to delete and press backspace, or position it just before the pill and press delete. A common mistake for beginners is clicking the pill itself, hoping to select it like an object. Instead, think of each pill as a single character in a text field, and just use your keyboard to erase it the same way you'd remove a letter. That mental model makes the whole process much smoother. To swap one data source for another, say you want to pull a customer name from a different module than the one currently mapped. You have two clean options. You can drag a new data pill directly from the data tree panel on the right side of your screen and drop it into the mapping field, which inserts it wherever your cursor is positioned. Alternatively, you can delete the old pill first using backspace, then click the replacement item in the data tree to insert it fresh. The drag and drop method tends to be faster once you're comfortable with it, but deleting first and then inserting gives you more precise control over placement when a field is already dense with content. If you want to wipe a field entirely and start from scratch, click inside the mapping field to focus it, then press Ctrl+A on Windows or Command+A on a Mac to select everything inside that field at once. Once everything is highlighted, press delete and the whole field clears in one action. Every pill, every bit of static text, gone. This is particularly useful when a field has grown complicated through several rounds of editing and you'd rather rebuild it cleanly than unpick individual pieces. When you're satisfied with all your changes, scroll to the bottom of the module settings panel and click the OK button to save. This step is one that people frequently overlook. Closing the panel or clicking away without pressing OK discards everything you just did. Think of OK as the commit button. Nothing is written to your scenario until you press it. After saving, you'll return to the canvas, and the module will reflect your updated configuration immediately. And that's it. You've successfully edited the mapped values inside a Make module. Being comfortable with this process means you can iterate quickly, adapt your automations when your data sources change, and fix mistakes without rebuilding an entire module from the ground up. As a next step, I'd encourage you to experiment with combining static text and multiple data pills inside a single field. Building something like a dynamic email subject line that weaves together a customer's name, an order number, and a product title. That kind of compositing is where Make's mapping system really shows its power, and you now have all the tools you need to do it with confidence. Save this video so you can come back to these steps whenever you need a quick refresher. If you found it useful, hitting that like button genuinely helps more people discover this content, and dropping a comment below, whether it's something you enjoyed or a topic you'd love to see covered next, makes a real difference. We read every single one, and your feedback directly shapes what we create. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.